Yo, what is up, YouTube, man? Decelerator is a popular takeover perk people are running in NBA 2K23. I wanted to make a video talking about it a bit. It's pretty simple, slows down how quickly your opponents achieve takeover if you're guarding them closely. Now, how good is Decelerator? Is it one of the best perks in the game? Is it one of the top defensive perks? I would put it as the #2 defensive perk. Definitely Saboteur is the one you want if you're a lockdown. Saboteur can keep people from getting takeover. You can make them go cold. Whereas Decelerator, you're not going to make them go cold for the most part, but you are going to make it take longer for them to get the takeover. And we do know a lot of people do rely on getting the takeover before they can actually start taking over the game. Getting this takeover perk is very easy. That's another reason you see a lot of people running it. Whenever you're doing the drills for Mamba Mentality, it is one of the first takeover perks you are going to unlock. You see, I just got it along with Minimizer. And also too, if you have it on a build and you have Rebirth unlocked, once you make a new build, you're going to already spawn with Decelerator. Now, it's not going to work if you get it after you already have a build made, but if you have it on a build and you decide to make a new build, you rebirth that build, you'll always have Decelerator. You don't have to do the Mamba Mentality drills to unlock it. It'll give you the option to. It'll even say you unlock Decelerator by doing this, but if you check your perks, you already have it. You'll already have the ability to change your takeovers too if you unlock that ability. Just, you know, some inside information for you guys. I got a nice gameplay for you guys right here in the 3v3 Pro-Am. Why I continue to talk about this, you're actually going to see I'm running Decelerator in this video. Now, this is not my go-to takeover perk. Also, really quickly before I get into it, you see we were 30-0 in the beginning of this gameplay. The 3v3 Pro-Am, it's suffering from the same problem it's had. It doesn't matter how good your team is if you rank your team up. We're not really getting rewarded for playing 3v3 Pro-Am. That's why people have not found this as a popular mode the past few years. They need to do something. They need to make it worth grinding and incentivize people to actually play it. That is a video for another day. You see I get the green light right there. But on the topic of Decelerator, now, I don't think it's necessary to have to guard opponents closely this year. It honestly might be a bad thing. With how quickly people are going to the rim, quote-unquote rim running, going for the open dunk, and that's going to happen to you if you try to just press up on them constantly. If you're not giving them the room for the three, maybe last year they would go left-right for 18 seconds and shoot a three, but they were trying that this year, and it was not working out for them. So instead of going left-right, forcing up threes, they started just running to the rim, taking their easy two, taking their dunk right here. Laker dots me. I should have faded that. He was going to be wide open, but I do a little handoff back to Laker for the dunk. If you find yourself just kind of playing back a little bit, letting him have some room, but not giving up the three or the dunk, then Decelerator's definitely not going to do too much for you. But a lot of people are making 99 steal lockdown builds with Hall of Fame glove where they're just pressing up on people all the way up the court, bumping them and getting all kinds of steals. Decelerator is definitely going to work in your favor if that is your playstyle, if you're a pure lock. If you're always feeding to guard ball, it could be a great defensive takeover perk for you. Now, I still think Saboteur is overall better because if you're plucking somebody 2, 3, 4 times a game, Saboteur is going to make them go cold. It's just going to be a better Decelerator than Decelerator actually is. You see we get the steal right there. We get the dunk on the other end. But not everybody is going to have Saboteur. You have to hope that you get the weekly quest. Whereas Decelerator, you don't have to wait for anything. You can go out and get it. And it's definitely better to have some kind of takeover perk than nothing. Decelerator is one of them that actually is going to work. I mean, even something like Second Chance, Stay Warm, those takeover perks that aren't as overpowered as stuff like Accelerator, Juice, Saboteur, they're still going to be better than having no takeover perk at all. And I see a lot of people still playing the park, still playing the rec, still playing the Pro-Am with no takeover perks. Just go out there, get something. You want to put yourself to have the best competitive advantage. Takeover perks aren't as overpowered as takeovers, but if you're playing a team where, you know, they have a lockdown with Saboteur, they have the point guard with Accelerator, they have the spot up with Juice, and your team has no takeover perks, you're definitely going to be able to tell the difference. Overall, my final thoughts about Decelerator, it's the second best defensive takeover perk. Overall, it's a mid-tier perk. If you have the playstyle of being a pure lock, or if you're just somebody that likes guarding opponents tightly, maybe you have clamps on Hall of Fame, you like to get bumpy, then definitely go ahead and get Decelerator. It's one of the easier takeover perks to get. I explained how to get it in the beginning of the video, but if you guys still don't know how, just let me know in the comments. I'll help you guys out. But, and right here, man, I throw a beautiful lob. I love catching the ball and then making a play. But like I was saying, you do definitely want to get Saboteur, though, as the main defensive perk you're going to use. I wish it wasn't like that, but I got to give it to you guys straight. It's going to be so much better than every single other one. I mean, it's going to do a better job of decelerating people, quote unquote, than Decelerator is actually going to do. Let me know your guys' opinions about what's your favorite takeover perk. Of course, you know, Accelerator's still amazing. Juice still amazing. Sponge is even great with the more people you have on the court. I wish they would have actually buffed some of these, changed them around, because we're still in a situation where everyone's going to be using Accelerator for the most part. For everyone that can get it, it's actually one of the tougher takeover perks to get. I don't know if 2K did that on purpose because they knew everyone will be wanting it. But for everybody that's not lucky enough to get it as a weekly quest, and they're actually doing the whole main My Career storyline to get it, that is some dedication. That's not even something that I have done quite yet. Haven't had quite the amount of time. Right here, Apollo with the 3, missing it. The big man who we were playing against was actually doing very nice right here. I run it out to the 3-point line. I shoot the stop and pop corner 3. The big man jumps at me. It says open instead of wide open. He got a tiny contest, but it wasn't enough, which was actually crazy. Tall centers this year can get some lunge out jumps at players. I will not lie. I'm able to secure the box right here. He's boxing me out, though. Apollo out again. I'm catching the ball at the mid-range, throwing another lob to Laker. Like I was saying earlier in the video, catch the ball and then make a play with it. I've thrown a ton of lobs. They're trying to throw some down court passes, trying to get the easy bucket. Check this out. Point guard with a nice move, nice speed boost, but Apollo's able to recover. We get team takeover off that rebound. Laker coming down with it. Anytime it's game point, Laker has slashing takeover. His eyes start glowing. He wants to finish it off with a contact dunk. They are trying to bait it as much as they can. Misses the dunk right here. They're out on the fast break. I'm trying to bait it. He ends up taking the 3, thinking I'm dropping to the paint. Apollo right there. They're doing some paint mashing right here. 2 people there. Get the layup. 12-20. All we have to do is end the game, and check this out. I throw a turnover. They are trying to make the greatest comeback you have ever seen. The behind the back that this point guard has on, by the way, is nice. People are dissing the small point guards this year, and I will say it's kind of tough to be a small point guard when all the best ball handlers can be 6'9", 6'8", but the animations they get are nice. They're definitely worth using. I get it right here. Take the fadeaway mid-range Kevin Durant off one leg. Bang. 22-12. I couldn't miss. I was throwing lobs. Great gameplay. Like I said, though, you know, for the video, Decelerator, I had the takeover perk on. I didn't get too much use out of it. I like being more of a team defender rather than trying to just focus in on one guy and press up on him the whole game just to get the most use out of it. But it does do what it's supposed to do, man. This is Tonic. I will catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.